Wizard. On April 22nd of 2011, just a few days ago, actress, singer, and songwriter, the reason that I am talking about this topic, Demi Lovato, went on to 2020 for an interview to talk about her days of bullying and the outcome in her life. Now, you may not hear me talk about this often, so I'd like to take this time to talk to you about to influence your decision on the importance of bullying. I will be doing this through the topical division of explaining what's happening, who was and still is being bullied, and how and why you should open your mind and raise awareness to not only yourself but to others. Now, if I'm to influence your decision on how important bullying is, I should start with what the situation is. Well, the situation, according to the director of the Center of Youth Participation and Human Rights, also a psychology professor, Susan B. Limber, said that, and her colleague, clinical researcher, said that bullying is the constant and negative acts of one or more children against another. This, she also referred to a study that was done on 207 junior high and high schools. In this, they found out that 88% of children, or 88% of students admitted to observing someone being bullied. And also they found out that 77% of students admitted that they were bullied at one point or another. So, also, according to multiple studies, 160,000 kids stay at home every day to avoid being bullied. Demi Lovato in her interview admitted that she was bullied to the point that she dropped out of school and went into homeschooling before she even reached junior high. So, there's a situation, but who are the people that are usually involved in these situations? Well, you have three people: the bully, which are negative towards a victim, the victim who is kind of getting is the have-not of the situation. They don't have the power. They're getting bullied by the people who want to boost their own ego and knock people down. You have observers, which usually people don't see as a part of the bullying, but yes, they are a part of it because they could do something, or they could just stand there and let it be done. Now, most people believe that, bullying, if people are bullied for a reason, most people know why, but they don't. I was bullied for a long time in middle school, and I literally did not know why until I got up with somebody in high school. Actually, at the end of high school, I talked to somebody from my middle school, and they said that was the cute girl that guys wanted to go out with, but because I was in band, it was socially unacceptable. Okay, nobody told me that in high school. Would I have dropped band? Okay, I have no idea. I really loved band, but being at the bottom of the totem pole doesn't really work for me. Also, Demi Lovato said that she didn't know why people were bullying her. And she actually had the courage to ask her bullies, unlike me. And what her bullies told her was it was because she was fat. This led to an eating disorder that lasted her for years. Finally, how and why you should care about this. Well, why should you care? Well, everybody is involved somehow. I mean, you may have kids, may know people who are bullied all the time. Yeah, there are celebrities out there that have thousands of people listening to them, and you go, well, I don't have thousands of people to listen to me. Well, what about your best friend? Demi Lovato admitted that she felt like she had no one to talk to, that nobody was there to listen to her. If you could just be someone to listen to somebody, that could make a huge impact. How else can you help? There are many projects out there, like Demi Lovato is the spokeswoman for PACER. PACER's Teens Against Bullying. They're out there to raise awareness to help kids know what to do if they're being bullied, why they should stop bullying, and if they do observe something, what should they do? Should they go to a teacher? Should they intervene themselves? It gives people ways to learn how to act on this. Also, there's the Trevor Project, which is mostly aimed towards the gay and lesbian and bisexual and questioning youth of nations. It's one of the leading national programs for these people. They also have sub-programs for people like the No Hate Project. No Hate was started by a man by the name of Adam. Adam said that, or Adam is a photographer, and what he would do is dress people up in white against a white background and put silver duct tape over their mouths with the sign of No Hate, showing that during the Prop 8 elections, they were silenced. Their voices were being silenced. Also, another thing for the Trevor Project is the It Gets Better. Many celebrities have come forward and told people their stories, how they were bullied, and said, you know what, you have a future, and I want you to be around to see it. It does get better. Now, you may not think that it was too important earlier, but due to like suicides that were coming in the late 2010, the 4 people who committed suicide due to bullying, whether it was cyber or face-to-face, they didn't have a chance really, because they were bullied to the point where they felt they had no life left. They had no point to live. This is important. These are people's lives at stake. So I'll leave you with the words of Neil Patrick Harris. You can act with strength, you can act with courage, and you can act with class, and stand tall. Be proud of who you are. Thank you.
You take the glasses off so you don't have to look at people.
Well, I won't play with them. Because when I get nervous, I fidget with my glasses, so if I take it off.
See, because my girl, like when she don't want to talk to nobody, she takes off her glasses. I was like, for sure, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Well, it'd probably be better in that case since I have to look at people. But I don't want to be like constantly pushing them up or like adjusting.
All right, Lindsay, you did a very nice job. I like the opening quote that you talked about, the performer who is on television. It's current, and so it brings the subject up in a timely way. I did think it was a little awkward that you're telling us what your organizational pattern was going to be. Just tell us what the structure is going to be. You don't need to tell us it's a topical method of organization, so that seemed a little weird. But the main points I thought that you developed were selected pretty effectively, and they built well. They followed the motivated sequence effectively. You had good quotes at the beginning of the speech and throughout the presentation. I did think that the section on suicide toward the end seemed to come out of nowhere, and it might have been an issue that was important earlier in the speech and you didn't get to it, but it just felt like all of a sudden that was the big issue at the end, that this is a problem. And it sounds like it's an important part of the problem, but it did feel a little bit out of place. So it probably needed to come up more toward the beginning or at least the middle of the speech, so it's not just in the finish off on the significance issues. I thought you had some nice visualizations while you were speaking to us. Your audience contact was excellent. I do see that you're trying to have the speech memorized, which means occasionally the pace gets off a little bit. You're struggling to remember what you're going to say next, but you did an excellent job of giving us good indicators. Your facial expressions were sincere. You had a little bit more time, but it was not a big drawback. You did a nice job putting together an effective plea for attention on this particular subject, and you had some good suggestions, solutions that you talked about at the end too. All right, thank you.